Hello friends, this video on nutrition in animals part 1 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Topics to be covered in this lesson are nutrition in animals, digestion in human beings where we will talk about mouth, food pipe, small intestine, large intestine and absorption of food. Digestion in grass-eating animals. Digestion in amoeba. So here we are going to talk about nutrition in animals. So nutrition again is all about obtaining food. So whenever we talk about living organisms, so something that distinguishes living organisms from the non-living ones like the chair, table, guitar, fans, etc. is the processes which take place inside the body of living organisms. And these processes are known as the life processes. So in our previous lesson, we spoke about the nutrition in plants, that is how plants obtain their food. So what are the different ways by which different plants get their nutrition, which is very important for their survival. So here we will see what are the various ways by which animals can obtain their food. So the life processes which are common to both plants as well as animals, like nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, control and coordination, reproduction, growth and development, movement. So now all these life processes are common for all living organisms. So when you talk about nutrition, it deals with everything related to food. How the organism gets its food, from where, what are the sources of food for the organism, how the food enters inside the body, how the food gets digested and then it provides energy to the body. Respiration is all about breathing, where exchange of gases takes place. So now the processes might be little different in plants and animals, but all these life processes occur in both plants and animals. Transportation is about transporting the nutrients and all the essential things to different parts of the body. Excretion is all about throwing wastes from the body. Control and coordination is about synchronization between different parts of the body. Reproduction, so to produce similar organisms with over and over again so that the entire species can be sustained. For example, human beings reproduce to give birth to new human beings. Similarly, elephants, they give birth to elephants. And so on. That is how various species are sustained generations after generations. Growth and development, that is another important aspect of every living organism. We see a plant growing, similarly we also see a living organism growing. So it grows in height, it grows in weight. So overall growth of that organism also is a process which is taking place inside that organism. Movement, the ability of an organism to move from one place to another, which gives its mobility. So these are the various processes which distinguish a living organism from a non-living one. So now when we talk about nutrition, the same question always comes to your mind, that why are we learning about nutrition? Now animals, we have variety of animals. So let's take examples of human beings, because we all will be able to relate to it better, because we all are human beings and we know what are the things that we do. So if you look at human beings, we perform so many different activities. We perform yoga, we do work, we do a lot of physical activity. We also do some jogging, we even think. Now if you see all these activities, what do they need? They need energy. Now if I ask you to say run for 10 kilometers, okay, I ask you to run for 10 kilometers, and what will happen after you run for 10 kilometers? You tend to get tired, right? Now if I ask you again to run for 20 kilometers another, then again what will happen? You'll become more tired and then you'll be completely weak. Now if after that I ask you to run for another 30 kilometers, you are just not going to do that. Why? Because you do not have any energy left with you. And if you do not have energy, you will not be able to perform work. Now, when I say work, I am not only talking about the physical activity, even the mental activity. So you see here, this little boy is thinking so hard. So his brain is working so much. when he's thinking. So even brain needs a lot of energy to do its job. So even if you sit in one chair for 3 hours, but those 3 hours you are studying, so you are actually consuming a lot of energy. So by the end of those 3 hours, you will again feel tired. You might feel hungry, you might feel thirsty, you feel like eating something, you like to gain some energy. So each of the activities which we do, just think of anything that we do, whether it is eating, it is cooking, it is studying, it is running, dancing, anything. So everything requires energy. In fact, even when we sleep, so we all assume that when we are sleeping, we are actually not, spending any energy that we have. But that is also not true. I do agree that when we sleep, that time we spend less energy as compared to when we are awake. But it is not that we are not spending any energy when we are sleeping. That's because even though we are sleeping, a lot of life processes are still taking place inside our body. For example, we are still breathing. So the process of respiration is still happening. Correct? So even when we are sleeping, the processes like circulation is still happening. So all these processes which are still taking place inside the body, they also need some energy. So some energy is continuously being spent inside our body. And when the energy gets over, we need more energy. So all these activities need energy. That is clear from this. So how do we get this energy when our body spends all the energy that it had? Then how do we get new energy? So the energy comes from the food that we eat. Each of these food items, like different human beings have different food habits. Some of them eat fruits, vegetables, some of them eat cereals like rice, pulses, etc. Some of them even eat other animals like fishes or meat or egg. So everybody has different food habits, but each of these food, what do they provide our body? Each of these provide nutrients to our body. And what are nutrients? These are the substances which are needed for providing us energy, which are needed for our growth, development and sustenance. Now not only human beings, now if you try to think of a similar scenario for any other animal, you think of a cat, you think of a dog, you think of an elephant. Now all of them, they also do a lot of activities. They keep moving from one place to another. So that involves energy. So they need food. So whatever food they eat, so that is going to provide them the energy. So food is extremely important. If there is no food made available to a living organism, then over a period of time, that organism will become weaker, and if starved for a longer period of time, it can even die. So nutrition is that important. So it is worth spending some time understanding the different modes of nutrition in case of animals. So how do we define nutrition? It is the process of obtaining food and changing it into simple absorbable form. Now as I said, food for different animals might be different. Some of them might eat solid food, some of them might eat other animals. So all of them will have different food habits, but it is also important that after that food gets inside our body, how that food gets changed into a form which can be easily absorbed by our body, because that's what we want. We just don't want to eat sandwiches and build rack of sandwiches inside our body. We don't want that. We want that sandwich to get inside our body, and then the sandwich should be broken down into some simple form so that it can be absorbed by different parts of our body. It can be absorbed by the cells of our body, and it can provide us some energy. Now, some of the very simple reasons why the organisms need food. First is food contain nutrients, and nutrients are those substances. So nutrients are those substances which provides nourishment that are needed for growth and development of living organisms. So food provides us nutrients, food also provides us energy, and with that energy we are able to perform all the activities. It also helps in cell repair, cell growth, because all these things, all these processes which happen inside, they need energy, and energy comes from food. It also increases resistance against diseases. Now, when we eat food properly, what happens? You get proper energy. Now, when your body has good amount of energy, when you stay healthy, so your probability of falling ill is less. So basically, if you eat healthy, you stay stronger, your resistance against diseases increases. So that is also one very important role that nutrition plays. So these are the reasons why organisms need food. Now, since we are talking about nutrients, so let's see what exactly are nutrients. These are substances that provide nourishment which are needed for growth and maintenance of life. Now, what comes to your mind when we talk about nutrients? Now, food, when I talk about food, what comes to your mind? Maybe fruits, vegetables, cereals like rice, wheat, pulses, maybe other food items like the dry fruits, fish, eggs, meat, milk, dairy products. So those are the food items for human beings. So what are nutrients? Nutrients are those substances which are present in those food items. For example, carbohydrates. Now certain food items are rich in carbohydrates. For example, bread, wheat, rice, they are all rich in carbohydrates. Proteins like pulses are very rich in proteins. Vitamins. Now, different vegetables or different fruits, they are rich in different vitamins, and vitamins are very important for our body. Minerals, fats. So all of these are nutrients and our body needs all of them in the right amount. So if you only take in carbohydrates, so then your body is actually becoming deficient in proteins, vitamins and minerals. So you have to take a diet which has all of these in the right amount. Only then you will be able to sustain your body in the right way. So these are the various food items which we take in just to provide nutrients to our body. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.